Keith Thurman is at it again. Keith Elevated Thurman is at it again. And this time he still got Errol Spence's name in his mouth. He said he's going to wait like a year and a half. I think it said between a year. He said he's going to wait until 2017 to try to fight Errol Spence. What? I mean, so you're openly, out in the open, admitting that you're ducking Errol Spence. Maybe it's a business move. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. You know, I'm not behind the scenes of boxing. I don't know the business of boxing, so I couldn't really tell you. But all I can tell you is that Keith Elevated Thurman was out in the open stating that he's ducking Errol Spence. Now, if you can go back a couple of months ago, where Floyd Mayweather Jr. offered to relinquish his belt to either Keith Thurman or Errol Spence. All they had to do was fight on his undercard for the belt that he was giving up. If Floyd had the power to do that, I'm not sure, but he is considered to be the king of boxing, so I don't know if he had that power to do that or not, because he's not his sanctioning body, so I couldn't tell you, but he put that deal on the table. And of course, Errol Spence was game with it. I believe Errol Spence was game because he's been calling out Keith Elevated Thurman for a while. So I believe that Errol Spence was game, but Keith Elevated Thurman wasn't game. He said, nah, I'm not going to let, Floyd son me or whatever the case was. He didn't want to fight. Keith did. Keith Elevated Thurman didn't want to fight for that title. If it was possible. He said no. But he is comfortable, as I said previously, but he was comfortable accepting a belt that he didn't earn. He was elevated. Elevated. He was elevated. But he was okay with that. Then he said that Errol Spence need to earn his stripes, need to earn his way. Man, what exactly did you do, Keith Elevated Thurman? What did you do? Like I said, I'm not trying to knock this fighter. He's a professional fighter. I'm not. So he can easily whip my ass shit in the first round. Shit. All he got to do is just cough. Shit, I'm going down, Jack. But anyway, this is my opinion of the whole situation with Keith Elevated Thurman. This is my perspective. That's all it is. I'm not bashing the guy. I wouldn't do that. But how can you tell Spence, a man who's up and coming, just like you, Keith Elevated Thurman, how can you tell this man to earn his stripes when you haven't did the same yourself? What stripes have you earned, Keith Elevated Thurman? Tell me. I didn't see you earn a motherfucking thing. You want to pick and choose who you want to fight, like Floyd was doing later on in his career. Let's look at your resume. Who do you have on it? Let's see here. Collazo, an old guy, out of his prime, past tense, a has-been, who hurt you to the body. And you also fought Robert Guerrero, who's not a legitimate welterweight. And to be honest with you, I thought you struggled with him early on in the fight. Guerrero was putting hands on you, man. Robert Guerrero was putting hands on you, Keith Elevated Thurman. but you started, using the ring. You started using your legs. Let's see, who else did you fight? You fought a couple of guys, that was ranked according to the sanctioning bodies, and you beat them. Let's see, you called out Paulie Malignaggi, another pillow-fisted, as they say, pillow-fisted welterweight. Probably not a true welterweight. You called him out, but he didn't want to fight you because, as he thought, you was a nobody at the time. I mean, you wasn't generating any enough revenue for nobody to fight you. But who had you really fought? Keith Elevated Thurman? Nobody. And then I saw a video with you and Sean Porter. And you saying that, the interviewer asking you, when are you and Sean Porter going to fight Keith Thurman? It's on Al Heyman. That's bullshit. In other words, you saying you don't want to fight Sean Porter either. Sean Porter don't want to fight you, and you don't want to fight Sean Porter. Why? Why not? It's all bullshit, man. These young guys bullshit, man. But there's one thing about Sean Porter, at least I give him credit. His resume do stand out over yours, Keith Thurman. I mean, he did fight Alexander, a champion. At least Porter did defeat and beat and embarrassed a champion. Took the champion belt. Yeah, he lost it. He lost it to Kell Brook, but at least Sean Porter fought and beat a champion the right way. He earned it. He beat Alexander. He lost to Brook, but at least he fought Brook too. I even give Adrian Broner more respect than you, Keith Elevated Thurman. Yes, we all know that Adrian Broner is a joke. He's a lazy, don't really want to, work on his craft or whatever the case is, but at least he did step up. At least he tried to step up. Even his resume, Keith Thurman, is above yours. You guys trying to be like Floyd, man. The older Floyd. Y'all ain't trying to be like the young Floyd. Y'all want to be like the old Floyd. Y'all want to shortcut your way, like he was saying. Y'all ain't about that life, man. Y'all just want to come in, make the money without earning your way. You want to take easy fights, but at the same time, you want to criticize Floyd for taking fights that he made look easy. I just don't get this shit, man. Y'all say Floyd didn't take any risk, and Floyd did. We all know that Floyd took risk. He just made this shit look so fucking easy. He took risk in his career. These guys coming in taking no risk, but they want to be crowned king. They want to make all the money without taking any risk. I just don't get it, man. Like, Al Heyman is protecting Keith Elevated Thurman. Like, he's protecting him. He's protecting Keith Thurman. But at the same time, Errol Spence just slowly taking off. And Errol Spence will surpass you, Keith Elevated Thurman. He will pass you, I think, anyway. If you wait a year and a half to fight this brother, I guarantee you this. His resume will look better than yours, and his fights will be more exciting than yours, and he will be defeating his opponents more decisive than you, more effective than you, And you will see each improvement. Every time Errol Spence fight, you will see an improvement out of him. And eventually, you're going to have to fight him. Because we the boxing fans, is going to demand it. I'm trying to tell you this. The same way they demanded, the same way they backed Floyd into a corner to fight Manny Pacquiao, God damn it, we're going to do the same thing with you and Errol Spence. Because that's going to be a big mega fight. Got to be. It will be. As long as you're being protected, Keith Elevated Thurman, as long as you're being protected by Al Heyman, and you keep cherry picking your fights, and you keep looking spectacular in your cherry pick fights, and as long as Errol Spence keep winning, stopping his opponents, this fight will be huge. It will be. It will be. And if I had to do my prediction right now, who I would predict? I would predict Errol Spence to defeat you. Because truth be told, Elevated Thurman, I don't see you fighting Shawn Porter. I really don't. This man asked you to do a face-off, and you was kind of reluctant to do that. You seem reluctant. You're going to ask him, are you sure you want to do this? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. All I ask you, man, just don't turn into Adrian Broner. Just don't do that. Just don't turn into Adrian Broner. That's it. My video.